Who knows? We're going to see what they got.
Is it Channel Islands Harbor?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I've been there before. Oh, it's been a long time.
Are we gonna get a maid? What do you call the fish woman? What do you call it?
You're gonna get a maid?
Sea mermaid?
Oh, mermaid?
Yeah. I want to get one of those.
No,
They don't sell those at
yeah,
the fish market.
they're like endangered species.
Yeah, you have to have a special license to do that. You can't.
Hi, Gladys.
Hello. You can't just pick a mermaid off the shelf and take her home.
Now you guys are party poopers. I'm not going to fish market with you anymore.
They only have mermaids in Florida.
Oh, they have one here too. I got one.
Oh, I got it in Florida. They're called manatees.
Manatees. Those are the big, fat, ugly things. They get bitten by the boats all the time. They're like dolphins.
Fishermen used to think they were mermaids.
Those fishermen have some good stuff in them.
Whatever Darren's doing, I'm glad it's getting him out and about. Because he leaves pretty early in the morning. I was just concerned about where the heck did he go?
Yeah.
Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such a tempting but what I want, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you.
That's him, though.
Look at my car for me.
Sure.
Yeah, really. People do. They sail up and down the coast in them.
Good morning. Look at all these names over here.
Maybe they're down below. Aren't they usually down below in the portholes things? Or something, maybe? Well, I don't know. I was expecting to see them on deck.
I guess they wouldn't be.
The thing about the movies are usually...
them shoot the cannon. Mommy, in this thing, you can die.
I don't think they're going to read this.
There's Abraham Lincoln with his cell phone.
Abraham Lincoln.
Have to use your imagination.
Yeah, he's texting.
Don't put that on your test at school. Oh, that's cool.
Look at all the muskets
Look
and
at also.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna go picture, video.
I want to see them shoot the cannons.
Did you were you here when they just did it?
Scotty. Yeah. Oh, I was telling everybody that you told us all about those indignant rocks that we found going back to Gettysburg. How you doing, sir?
Good.
Anybody needs to write back this morning? Beautiful day.
It is. You got a freaking big way.
Well, this is the. We had 40 to 60 mile an hour winds last night.
Wow.
Really?
Yep. We had tent problems all night long, but we
Had you slept here?
Yeah.
You're here and we hit the hell.
We're watching a movie and it
We had. It was.
Not interesting.
It was not a fun thing last night.
Yeah, we've been through worse
But
stuff.
we've been out here. This is actually the first time in 9 years that it hasn't rained on us.
Oh, really?
So that is the big plus.
Yeah.
And the wind. We've actually had rain out here firing for people where we could not see those boats.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is basically what we would
Carry with
Carry.
you. Yeah.
in that.
The whole thing there.
What we had was when we were in camp. This is basically an artillery camp. This camp would have been set up about any place from a quarter of a mile to 3 miles away from the gun lines. When we were on the gun lines, we lived just like the infantry. Hardtack, parts corn and parts some type of vegetable. Our coffee came in supplies like this. This was ground coffee. Most of the time we got it in raw form.
The beans.
And if we didn't have a coffee grinder,
Oh, wow.
we didn't have a coffee grinder, we just you put it in a sack and hit it with your rifle butt and cracked it up, threw it in the pot.
No filters, huh?
Oh, you can chew on them then, huh?
That's exactly. These are all original bullets.
Wow.
This is
Look
a
at
piece of shrapnel that came off of a 10-pound Parrott rifle. That's that biggest round over there.
that. Wow.
These bullets were this piece right here. I found this piece in Fredericksburg. This is a corner of a brace on the limber, and this bullet was a 58 caliber Beignet, was welded to it. Over the years, it's fell apart. These are bullets that were actually found. These were from Fredericksburg. This set of bullets, this came from Petersburg area, and this came from
Wow.
Gettysburg. I found these back when you could dig them. 40 some years ago. These came from 2 hospitals. So these were inside some young man's body.
Oh wow.
Wow.
This is you'll notice these are what this is a 58 Minet. This is a modern round firing at a piece of steel. But if you notice, this is a modern 58 caliber. If you notice the condition, this was fired into a 4x4 when we fired live fire. If you notice the condition of these bullets, the same firing into a piece of wood. These young men took tremendous carnage.
Wow.
Every man was issued 5 to 12 of these biscuits.
That's why they call them hardtack. You lose
We
teeth
soaked
on
them.
that.
We had to soak them. When they were fresh, they were great. They were just like eating a piece of French bread. But by the time it got to us in the field, it was any place from 4 to 6 months. They'd been sitting on docks, in the warehouses, carloads, and they came to us in a box just like this.
Wow.
And did they have wax paper back in the Civil War? Did they have wax paper in the Civil War?
They did.
Yes! Oh man, so smart!
You get an A.
Right! They had wax paper. They took butcher paper and they poured candle wax over it. And then they had these gigantic blades. The 2 men scraped it off. All these biscuits were lined up in this.
Okay.
The nickname for this box was Mealworm Hotels. But because by the time we got these, they were full of little white critters in them. Mealworms.
Protein.
Protein, exactly what we did. What we had to do is we had to take them in our coffee and dip them, soak them a little bit, or we fried them up with salt pork. Everybody was issued a chunk of salt pork or salt beef. Why did they salt it? Do you have any idea?
Preserve it?
Preserve it, right. Because our extension cords didn't run from bases to our refrigerator back then.
So this is all you carry with you? I mean,
All of this stuff.
All this stuff.
Yeah, wow.
You notice everything is kind of small.
Dominoes are
Oh, yeah.
smaller than
That
yours.
is so it fits in your backpack. In your backpack, you carried an extra package of bullets for you. Inside of this was there's tin cartridges, paper cartridges, tied with one of these bullets at the top of it. You took out to get into the artillery or into the infantry. You didn't have to read and write, both sides, but you had to have 4 consecutive teeth that matched. Someplace in your mouth. It could be your front tooth, your molars. Had to be, because when you took your bullet out of your pouch, you turned it upside down and you ripped off the paper end.
Oh, okay,
Turned it
because
over.
you've seen people do that. Yeah.
Poured your powder down it, stuck your bullet in it, and you rammed it. These bullets were sized so they actually would almost slide down the barrel. But if there was any dirt on them, it did. With the muzzle loaders, this is the Teamsters carried the shotgun that was used quite frequently. 12 gauge, they used everything from 410 to 10 gauge. This is a Muscatoon 58 caliber. This is a Zouave 58 caliber. The Sharps 54. This is a breech loader. This is a muzzle loader. This is the Muscatoon. This is Zouave. This is the Muscatoon. This is a 1858 Enfield, the Confederate rifle. And then this was a lever action. This is called a Henry. This is a 4440.
It was one of the first cartridge rifles.
This was one of the first.
The brass cartridge.
It would fire. You could fire. It had 7 rounds in it. With these musket loaders, you could get off, and the requirement was they had a course. These infantrymen had a course. They had to go through the course. It was a little over 100 yards. They had to get off 3 aimed shots. Didn't have to hit the target, just downrange. in 3 minutes. They had to walk it or run it. They fired it. That was it. With this one, so they could get off 3 rounds a minute. With the Sharps, was a breech loader. Loaded a paper cartridge. This is a 54 caliber. Stuck your cartridge in it, brought it up, capped it the same way you did your musket, brought it up to your shoulder and you fired. Get 7 rounds a minute out of this.
Wow.
Did you not have to ram that one?
No, this is breech loaded.
Wow.
Same type of cartridge, had a paper,
Same-
had
had a
paper on the
paper
back,
cartridge.
and then the bullet on the
Put the paper and everything?
Everything went inside.
Well,
we cut off the.
It actually cut off the back.
It
of
cut
the
off
paper.
the back of the paper to expose your powder.
Gotcha.
And then you use the same musket type. And then with the Henry, you could fire 13 rounds a minute.
See that block comes up?
The Henry was not liked by either side of the
You had to kind of tamp it on
the general staff because it was a waste of bullets. So
Right, so that was
anybody that
cartridge
used
and,
this,
muzzle
anybody
loader.
that used the weapon
Well,
in
that
combat
muzzle loader came with
had
a
to
paper
buy
cartridge
them their
or
own.
like he was telling us.
Very expensive.
Put it down the barrel.
An artilleryman had to be able to read and write. He had to know geometry, trigonometry, and algebra, and he used it every shot. Infantry, they didn't have to. They had
Huh? Oh, okay.
You're okay. You're all right. Thank you. Hello.
What time is it, Russ?
It's perfect. If you saw my party,
I mean, that rag, that dirt and sweat are the only things holding it together?
well, he's got a cousin.
Yeah, well, a very distant cousin.